In this episode of Other People's Airplanes, we talk aviation events. Welcome to Other People's Airplanes, a show where we bring you into the cockpit and along for the ride whenever we do awesome aviation-related stuff. I'm your host, David Allen, and today we're going to talk about SocialFlight, which is an internet and mobile tool that is used for gathering and showing users aviation events. Let's get right to the interview. So today I'm joined by Jeff Simon, founder and president of SocialFlight. Jeff, welcome to Other People's Airplanes.
Thanks very much. I appreciate you having me.
Tell me a little bit about what SocialFlight is and what was the tell me about what the vision of SocialFlight is, and then let's talk about the platform.
Right. Well, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. When you go back and you look at what's happening in general aviation, everybody is trying to see what can we do to kind of stop the trend of decline and really turn it around. What can we do to get people flying more and get more people into it? And the reality is that it's been a long time before we've gone along for a long time with a lot of ideas of things that were there and could be postponed. The $100 hamburger turned to the $300 hamburger, but it doesn't make you do it today. And so it was a few years ago that we looked at that and said we need something that's perishable, and that our passion of aviation is made up about the events. It's about what brings people thousands of miles to come to places like AirVenture. And yet it's the same thing that happens at people's local locations, to have a pancake breakfast or a seminar or something. And so what we did is we took it upon ourselves to go and gather all of the events happening in general aviation that we could possibly find, put them in one place, create a really easy to use tool, and then tell people about it when the content was already there.
See, I have long said that aviation is at its very core an inherently social activity. I mean, when airplanes were first starting to fly and you'd hear that sound overhead, people would run out of their houses into the fields and look at this new magical thing that was taking place. And so it always has brought people together. Aviation is just that way. Now you've got, with the power of the internet and everybody having the internet in their pocket and being totally connected, you've got a tool that allows people to find out what's going on around them and to actually get involved and execute on whatever activity they're interested in.
True, and you know, there's really two sides of it. I mean, one side of it is the people who are already pilots, that with the rising price of avgas, etc., there are too many really nice Saturdays and Sundays that they end up sitting on the couch, because all I can think of as a solitary activity is, well, maybe I'll go up and do some currency training or something. But now when we introduce that aspect of knowing that there's a biplane fly-in only 50 miles away that they didn't know about, that's perishable. It's something that motivates them right then. Let's get out. It's not going to be there tomorrow. And then the other thing is about getting more people into general aviation. And the best way of doing that is to expose them to it by, again, a free app that just shows up somewhere. They see it. It gives them a place to go. And what I'm fascinated by is that every pilot I've ever spoken to always has some story, unless they came from an aviation family, some story about how they got exposed, turned to the person next to them at some kind of event who said, oh, I'm a pilot. And they said, really, I've always wanted to do that. Well, you can. And they tell you their story. And that's how we create new pilots at every age group. And so getting people to events, creating more events, and attracting people who aren't even in aviation, I think is the recipe to making that happen. And SocialFlight really does it.
And the neat thing about this is it's a community-run database. The community is what's putting these events into the program.
Yeah, well, it's a combination. We take it upon ourselves to go and search for aviation events everywhere and find them, we partner with the FAA safety team, for example, many of the organizations, and populate the database. But then it's as simple as pressing that little plus at the top and anyone can add an event. And so that's what makes a healthy community. We have value there for anyone, and at the same time we're getting anywhere from 10 to 30 events added every single day just by users, and that's because we created that baseline to go on. And the reaction we get from just about everybody is, there's 10 to 30 events to be added every day in aviation. And so that's the wonderful secret, is that it is a healthy passion. There are things happening. We just give people a way to get to it.
Can you show us the app real quick?
Sure. It's very, very simple. It opens up, it runs on any platform, whether it's Android, whether it's Apple, whether it's a phone or a tablet, or just on the web at socialflight.com. And basically you can just zoom the map. You can see any one of the events there, go to more information about it, and get the detail. In addition to that, we have an email that comes out that's extremely popular, because every Wednesday an email comes out that's people's 7-day event planner. and it's personal. It's just for them. It's the range that they're willing to travel. It's the type of events that they care about, and it's telling them at the right time. It's Wednesday. You're starting to think about the weekend coming. Guess what's happening? Make a plan.
I get those emails, and that's one of my favorite features of the whole thing is I get this email that shows up in my inbox, and I have to do something with it. I either have to make a mental choice to ignore it or open it and do something about it or delete it. I mean, it's a sticky thing because it's an email, so I can know that something is being done to notify me of the events in my area, and I love that feature.
Well, we really appreciate you being a user because, quite frankly, that's what makes aviation great. That's what the key to our future is.
Jeff Simon, thank you so much for joining us here on Other People's Airplanes and telling us a little bit about SocialFlight.
Thank you very much for having me. SocialFlight.com. It's very simple to find, and thank you.
Make sure you're checking out that website. It's awesome.